So what's going on, YouTube family? We're back with another video, and this video actually is a little bit more serious because I just had to say something about this particular topic because it's one thing to speak your truth in regards to something that you're going through and such, but it's another thing to try and tell someone what to do with their own voice. And that's something I have a problem with. Especially if you're being positive with your voice. Now, if you're being negative, then that's a completely different story. Hey, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to check each other and be like, hey, that wasn't a good thing to do. Maybe you should rethink your strategy, maybe reevaluate yourself a little bit, that kind of thing. Cool. That's completely understandable. But when you try to tell someone to muzzle themselves when they're using their voice that they have earned the right to voice, to not speak up for the to better society in a way that they know how, that's a problem. Now, if you haven't already noticed from the title, this is about some soccer player. I don't know how good he is. I don't watch soccer, don't know. And I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't. But this guy, who I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, but like I said, never mind. I'm not even going to bother to try and say his name. But either way, soccer dude tried to muzzle LeBron James. Tell him, hey, I admire what you do on the court, but you should stay out of politics. What? First off, you're wrong. Because LeBron doesn't get into politics, but so much. Yeah, he has done quite a bit. He's, done stuff in regards to making sure people vote and all that kind of stuff. He's actually vocally backed up candidates that he wanted to win elections and such. But as far as being super political, I mean, my particular book, that doesn't make you political, but I guess in his particular idea, that does. Either way, LeBron, I'm with you 1,000,000%, brother. Keep on doing what you're doing. You have a voice that reaches millions upon millions of people on a daily basis. It would be wrong for you not to speak on the things that you do. In fact, the NBA and other sports actually speak to their players being active in their neighborhoods. Go make a sick child in a hospital feel better about their situation. Go donate to a community that just had a significant catastrophe happen. Especially like the people who helped out in Houston and Texas, just in general, with all the really bad ice and all that jazz. So I mean, it's like, come on, man. How are you going to try and tell this guy not to use his voice when he does all kinds of really good stuff outside of just picking up a basketball? It's almost like that shut up and dribble lady from a few years back. I don't even remember her name either, don't care. Like I said, I don't care. But telling somebody like that to not use their platform, their abilities, their reach to help somebody else is terrible. This man has actually started a school, the I Promise School, currently just in Ohio. He eventually intends to make a branch out into other states across the country. Amazing. Like I said, there's countless stuff that I'm not necessarily checking LeBron for every single thing that he does in the community, but he has been very, very vocal in the community. Um, Not only that, but he speaks for injustice, which isn't a political thing. That's just a man who sees a situation and wants to see people do better. That's not politics. That's just you being aware of your surroundings and calling out people who don't do what they're supposed to be doing. So, someone who feels like they have the right to actually tell someone, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. You're an idiot. You are every bit of an idiot." To feel like you have the right to tell somebody not to speak out for what's right. If you spent one moment in the United States as a black man, that wouldn't even give you even a fraction of what goes on over here. I don't know what country you play in, what country you live in, but you really need to put yourself in somebody else's shoes before you go and tell them what they can and can't do, or what they shouldn't and shouldn't do. Look at the history of the United States and then voice your opinions if you still feel that way. But you are clearly a very ignorant person when it comes to the history of the United States. We are the land of the free and the home of the brave, which is somewhat becoming more of a reality. We are one of the most well-off countries in the world. America's not the greatest country in the world. I'm not ever going to be crazy enough. There are probably countries that are better in certain aspects than we are, but we do great in a lot of things. But again, the history that has gotten us to the point where certain discussions are being had because of the awesome people like LeBron who actually step out and do and say the things that they say helps us to move in the right direction. So for someone to be ignorant like you and think that you should tell them, no, you shouldn't step out and speak on stuff and tell people what they should and shouldn't do, you're an idiot. You probably will never hear this message. You probably will never even get an idea of who Fluent Movement is. I couldn't care less. But I hope someone somewhere who needs to hear this message hears this, because you, sir, are an idiot. You, sir, are an idiot. There's no way that you should feel entitled enough to actually tell someone what you're telling him. Anyway, before I let me get off my soapbox, y'all, anybody who gets in this, please hit the comment section below. Tell me what y'all think. Keep it civil in the comment section. We don't want nobody getting banned off YouTube or anything like that. Keep it civil in the comment section. But please, smash that like button, hit the post notification bell, and the subscribe button, and you'll get content when I post it. Till next time, folks. Peace.